Welcome to But Frankly Pierce News. I'm Arthur Fairview. Here's what we're facing. Both houses of Congress have been busy.
Not sure that's the word I would use.
He said busy, not productive.
That's fair.
Where to begin?
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Let's start with a tally of what's been happening. First, President Biden called on Congress to pass an aid bill for Ukraine and Israel. Congress, specifically the House of Representatives, now run by MAGA extremists, responded by refusing to pass any legislation for aid to Ukraine or Israel without first addressing the southern border. So the Senate worked tirelessly to create a bill to get that done.
A true bipartisan bill.
But the Senate failed to pass the bill regardless of the fact that included pretty much everything the Republicans had asked for.
You mean demanded and then killed?
Yes. As we reported previously, Republicans in the Senate killed the bill before it even went to the floor for debate, so
we do not speak his name.
Lobbied Senate Republicans to have it killed, so he could plan to use it as a campaign issue. So the Senate then went with Plan B, passing roughly the same bill, but stripping out the border piece.
How many drafts did it take before they agreed on this Plan B?
I think it was 8.
Well, that would make it Plan 9.
From outer space!
Must have been drafted by Senator Wood.
God help us in the future.
Now stop that. But then after the bill passed in the Senate and was sent to the House, Speaker Mike Johnson,
John Mikeson.
Yes, him, he made a decision to send everyone home, putting the lower house in recess for 2 weeks.
But given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
Speaking of bad decisions, telling Russia they can do whatever the hell they want with NATO allies?
Another love letter to Putin while we're trying to help Ukraine.
Precisely. Now add to that the sudden death of Alexei Navalny and the weapon Russia is completing that can take out satellites.
Maybe that will spur the Congress into action.
Time will tell.
Well, I ain't gonna hold my breath for it, bro.
Next, the IFPA has been ordered to pay about $454 million in total penalties after a judge found that
we do not speak his name.
Yes, him, his company, and others fraudulently inflated assets to boost his net worth and get financial perks. Manhattan Supreme Court Judge Arthur Engoron also barred the IFPA for 3 years from serving as an officer or director of any New York corporation or applying for loans from any New York chartered or registered financial institution. Engoron stated in his ruling that their complete lack of contrition and remorse borders on pathological.
Well, on that we can agree.
But wait, there's more.
Sadly, there is. After being handed that ruling, the IFPA boarded a plane and flew to Philadelphia to attend, ready for this? SneakerCon.
You got to be joking!
I wish I was. He was met with loud boos as well as cheers at the Philadelphia Convention Center as he introduced what he called the first official
we do not speak his name.
Footwear.
I just want to tell you, I've wanted to do this for a long time. I have some incredible people that work with me on things, and they came up with this, and this is something I've been talking about for 12 years, 13 years, and I think it's going to be a big success. That's the real deal. That's the real deal.
I can't help but be reminded of something when I see those shoes. They remind me of
the Cruel Shoes.
That is one ugly shoe.
But it shows his mindset and ego. The color is gold, which is reminiscent of luxury, success, achievement, triumph, royalty, and fortune. Everything he covets and wants the world to believe he represents.
Branded with an uppercase T so everyone will remember he's a traitor.
A faux American flag with only 5 stars. Not sure if that is symbolic of a mobile travel guide rating he wish he had, or himself as a star, surrounded by 4 indictments.
And red on the bottom, symbolic of the Republicans he steps on to get what he wants.
The purpose of this stop was to unveil this new $400 sneaker, but he turned it into a campaign stop, or at least tried to.
What's the most important thing? To go out and vote, right? We have to go out and vote. We got to get young people out to vote. And you're going to vote, and we're going to turn this thing around. This country's not doing so well. We're going to turn this country around fast. We're going to turn it around fast.
You notice how he says everything twice?
And can't get his dates right?
Oh, yeah, but he's mentally fit to run for office.
Not even for the Bureau of Mutilated Currency or Board of Tea Experts.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink anything he approves.
And yet, he is still the front runner for the Republican nomination for president.
Can you join the military with a felony on your record?
Well, technically, no, not without special circumstances and a waiver in some branches during wartime.
So basically, no.
Okay, yes, you can't join the military with a felony record.
So, how can a person with multiple felonies on their record become commander-in-chief?
It's a good question.
And now we explore the world of the unlikely and bizarre.
As if this episode hasn't already been unlikely and bizarre.
With
The deuce, you say?
Charlotte, a rust-colored round stingray the size of a serving platter, has spent much of her life gliding around the confines of a storefront aquarium in North Carolina's Appalachian Mountains.
A mountain stingray?
She's 2,300 miles from her natural habitat, under the waves off Southern California, and she hasn't shared a tank of water with a male of her species in at least 8 years.
Okay, great reporting. Thanks. And why should we care?
Charlotte is pregnant.
She's what?
But how?
Life, finds a way.
Exactly. Life found a way. According to the aquarium owner, the stingray is pregnant with as many as 4 pups and could give birth in the next 2 weeks.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Small Aquarium is run by an educational nonprofit, Team Echo, which encourages local school children and others to take an interest in science. Its biggest lesson now is on the process of parthenogenesis.
Genesis, what's that?
No, parthenogenesis, a type of asexual reproduction in which offspring develop from unfertilized eggs, meaning there is no genetic contribution by a male. The mostly rare phenomenon can occur in some insects, fish, amphibians, birds, and reptiles, but not mammals. Documented examples have included California condors, Komodo dragons, and yellow-bellied water snakes.
Lord, it's a miracle!
Parthenogenesis, huh? Okay. Well, what about Christmas?
No. Let's not go there.
I withdraw the question. But how does parthenogenesis happen?
Well, a female's egg fuses with another cell, triggers cell division, and leads to the creation of an embryo. The cell that fuses with the egg is known as a polar body. They are produced when a female's creating an egg, but usually aren't used.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, no one really knows why it happens. It's an unusual phenomenon that they seem to be able to do.
Life found a way.
And Oceana Water Park in Gothenburg, Sweden has done something no other water park has done.
A bigger, faster slide?
No,
A pool full of jello?
no. It burst into flames. Fortunately, the park was closed, so injuries were kept to a minimum. However, the owners are excited to announce their new venture, Sweden's first ever fire park.
Very interesting.
It has been 323 days since the failed former president received the first of his 4 indictments. What happens next? Watch this space. This has been But Frankly Pierce News. Thanks for watching. I'm Arthur Fairview. In Congress, they're busy doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find lots of things not to do.
Thank you.